I try my best to stay positive and think that, after my chemo was, after my week of chemo is done, after, round 3 is done, and I get, a break until the next round of chemo. But sometimes it's hard to think like that when you're in so much pain and discomfort and everything is just going the wrong way. And
we have covered our fair share of awful people on this channel. Some are awful for different reasons, some more than others. Together we experienced the Kelly Ronahan case, the ballet dancer who destroyed her legs and a promising career by injecting feces into them for internet attention, allegedly. But see, like I said, people are awful for different reasons, and Maddie Russo is pretty awful.
Is my story. So when my older brother Tyler turned 18 years old, he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, which is a chronic autoimmune disease where the pancreas no longer produces insulin on its own. With this being said, I was also tested to see if I would develop type 1 diabetes and see if I was positive for any of the antibodies. I got the call from my oncologist and they found a mass on my pancreas, and I had stage 2 pancreatic cancer at just 19 years old. So after finding out, I started treatment right away, consisting of oral chemo and radiation. So far, I have completed 8 rounds of chemo and over 50 rounds of radiation. And then at my 3-month scan, I was informed that the tumor on my pancreas was shrinking and it was responding to treatment. However, it's also spread to my blood and is acute lymphoblastic leukemia. There is a mental health crisis in America right now, and I want to touch on the impact that cancer and chronic disease patients can go through. When your life changes in an instant, and many days are spent lonely, in pain, and being restricted with what you can do, your mind also becomes sick.
Look, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but I have seen Chernobyl, and I have seen just researching this radiation sickness in itself, and there's absolutely no way she would be able to sustain 50 rounds of radiation at any level really and remain looking like this. No matter how many biotin pills or hair creams she's used, just her physicality of just how she looks, there's absolutely no way. I don't understand how this went on for so long. Now, I don't know if this started out as a scam situation. There's so many rumors when it comes to this specific case. Rumors that she was having an affair with a married man that she met at her gym, a married man with a whole-ass grandchild, the same married man who posted her bail. However, I'm sure that they went to a bondsman, which would be 10% of the $10,000 that her bail was. So like $1,000. But still. And also, I'm not a criminal to know that. I just used to watch a lot of Dog the Bounty Hunter. So this story started in February of 2022. Maddie posted a video describing her story on LinkedIn, where if you don't know, LinkedIn is literally like Facebook for corporate people. Lots of foundations are listed on LinkedIn to help raise funds for all types of organizations, one of them being the Pancreatic Cancer Society of America. The story spread fast, almost viral. And it really was like a wildfire, if you think about it, because as soon as it started, it was already fizzling out due to the laughable inconsistencies that were blasted out on her content.
And I'm starting round 9 of chemo, and I've done over 50 rounds of radiation, so that is crazy. But I just keep thinking about it week by week. After I get through Friday, it's like, oh my gosh, like we checked another week off. I've been keeping busy with doing golf, so I've been golfing, and just when I feel good, just try and golf, all the things. So yeah.
People began noticing she seemed to be pretty healthy looking at the time. Despite her bad days, she was under a lot of distress, her entire body, and of course, people who were suffering with cancer wanted to know how she was doing it. How was her hair so thick? The hair loss is something that cancer patients really struggle with.
But something I wanted to share was how I've been keeping my hair during treatment with chemo and radiation. I've used some products that I think have definitely helped aid with keeping my hair. But I will say the main thing probably is the brand of chemo I'm on. So I take oral chemo, so it's chemo pills. And the brand of chemo I do take, it's more so not hair loss, it's hair thinning. And I have a lot of hair to begin with. Like, I was blessed with like pretty thick hair. So thank goodness for that, because I really haven't experienced a whole much like drastic hair loss or even hair thinning. I mean, if you would look at me, you wouldn't even realize that I'm sick and going through treatment. So that's been one thing that I've been thankful for, is because it makes me feel obviously a little bit normal, like having my hair, especially as a girl. That's a big part of your like identity, you know. So anyways, but I want to share some products I've been using that I think have really been keeping me in check. So my sister actually found this and recommended this. It's by the brand Hers, like Hers. It's on TV commercials a lot, but it's this hair regrowth treatment. I'm gonna really botch this word, but it's like minoxidil topical solution, 2%, whatever that means. But it's dermatologist recommended for women, and it reactivates hair follicles to stimulate regrowth, clinically proven to help regrow hair. So I take 2 every morning. So biotin, collagen, and keratin are crucial vitamins that are shown to help with like hair, skin, and nail growth. And it's by the brand Well Labs. It's a beauty complex, but you can go to welllabs.com, or I'm sure it's on Amazon. But I've been taking these. I've noticed a huge difference with my hair too. So that's been another really great product I think that's helping. I say like they work because I'm going through chemo and they work, and like that is such a blessing. So hope that answered questions, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Anna had just been married only 5 months before. When she returned from a weekend getaway, she felt strangely tired. Thinking that she was just tired from the crazy weekend, she went to rest. Hours later, she was airlifted to the nearest hospital, about to die. Anna was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, which is the same type of cancer Maddie claimed to have. My wife connected with Maddie as she was afflicted with the same blood cancer as her, and we cheered for her, commiserated with her, amplified her message, and supported her GoFundMe. And so I was there, sitting on the couch, looking at the post, asking myself what I was doing wrong. Why was I bald, weak, and couldn't even think about walking, let alone running? Walking to the car to get to the hospital was a challenge. I was thinking that I did something wrong, or maybe I wasn't strong enough. Maddie took photos that Anna had posted on her LinkedIn page of her doctor's appointments and treatments that she was getting, and used them in her own stories on TikTok and Facebook.
This is the photo Maddie used on her social media. This is the actual photo that she took and stole and decided to use on her own social media. This is a photo she took and used on her social media, drained from chemo era. That literally, I want to slap her. This is the actual photo that she stole from somebody. On your right is the photo she stole and put on her own social media about her getting blood. On the left is the actual photo. Clearly, this girl does not know about Google reverse image searches. The picture with her port in a new spot. Got a new little friend this week, a central line. Not sure how I feel about it. I wouldn't know either with a fake central line. Now I'm wondering if this is actually her in the photo, because this is another picture she posted. I can't get over this one. This is the one that sealed the deal for me.
Charlie Erpelding, born on October 29, 2003, first had her battle with cancer at the age of 12. Later in 2013, she was cancer-free and lived the life of a normal teenager until 2021. Just before her senior year, her cancer had returned. Charlie succumbed to cancer on October 10th, 2022. She was loved by all her friends and family, and Maddie Russo implemented bits of Charlie's story into hers to manipulate people.
I think the most appalling, infuriating, disgusting part about all of this is that she befriended this girl, Charlie, who was actually suffering from cancer and ultimately passed away. And Maddie dedicated this post to Charlie after she passed, saying that she and Charlie would text each other daily about all the ups and downs of our battles with cancer.
Holy shit. As I mentioned before, this was a wildfire. It may have lasted longer, but she didn't fully commit to it with the shaving of the head and everything. This is why I feel like she was just doing it for the scam aspect, as opposed to just the attention. For example, Kelly Ronahan never took money or donations, but what she did take was time and resources from the people who really needed them. Maddie didn't appear to really want the attention too much, but she definitely didn't turn it down. I should say that that wasn't her main motivation. In that same rumor mill, it's whispered that the GoFundMe was mostly all donations from her sugar daddy to pay bills and rent, just using different names. But in the end, it doesn't really matter, because 1 year later, she was arrested. Maddie was arrested and charged with first-degree felony theft, which can be about 10 years in prison. She won't get that, let's be real, but she should. She won't, though. She'll probably be on probation for the rest of her life, or pretty much close to. At the time that this was happening, she was interning with John Deere, the tractor company. That felony charge is going to be on her record forever. So what do you think? Do you think that she deserved to go to jail for that amount of time? The good news in the end with this is that everybody who did find it in their heart to donate to Maddie's cause for her fake cancer were reimbursed. GoFundMe has a zero-tolerance policy when it comes to fraud, so they were protected fully. I don't know how else to end this, but holy hell. There was questions on whether or not her family knew. I didn't have enough evidence to suggest otherwise, so I didn't really include it. So don't come for me if I left stuff out. If you like the video, I really appreciate a like and subscribe. Sharing is caring with all of your friends. If you're feeling super generous, I have a members section with hours and hours of extra content, or you can give a thanks. All proceeds are going to go directly back to the channel so I can provide quality content. As always, I'm Crystal. This is Getting Spooky, and I'm out.